And hello everybody and welcome here to M&M Superspeedway as we get ready here for the Mobil1 Cup Series All-Star Race, and I'm joined here as always for the All-Star Races, Dylan Poteet with me in the NNSCRA Studios booth.
Yay, I'm happy to be back again. Truck race was very interesting, very fun race, and it was an exciting way to start the weekend. Trucks are always fun to watch, but now we're moving on to the cars now with the Mobil1 Cup Series now, and I guess a relatively smaller field, I guess, from the truck race, and I think it's actually the smallest field of the All-Star weekend, I believe.
You are correct in
So
that.
so I think it's going to be interesting to see with the lower amount of cars what is actually going to happen today. And also heard that there were some track changes beforehand this race to actually enhance the racing a little bit.
Yeah, you're right, because this was the race that a lot of the question marks were coming up about because of the fact that unlike the Truck Series and Snickers races, the open races, it seemed like these drivers in the Mobil Cup Series in the Mobil Open were having a lot of difficulty in passing, so they've actually taken the spoilers on the back of these cars and they've actually lowered them a good inch. They've also tried to do a little bit of work as far as the restrictor plates and everything to allow drivers to suck up to the back bumper of the driver in front of them, hopefully make for more 3 and 4 wide racing at the front of the field and not from like 7th, 8th, ninth on back. So hopefully they have come up with a good chemistry that's going to give us a good race here, but still, we really won't know just exactly how good a race we're in for until they get on the track and get in a few green flag laps.
Yeah, I definitely agree on that. It's going to be interesting regardless. Like I said, these guys, some of the guys are in the open. They had a whole different story, and these guys have practiced on both now formats of the track. So definitely going to have to change their, I guess, their approach to this race now that there's been a couple of rule changes that have been applied for this race now since it's been changed since the practice and qualifying.
Yeah, we're certainly
And
hoping that the guy
uh,
up front is not going to assume he's going to get way out in front and,
yeah,
dominate the race like we saw Kyle Corbett do in the Mobile Open. But, maybe, just maybe, that change isn't going to make much difference. We're just going to have to wait and see.
yeah, you never know. I mean, what we saw in the mobile race when I watched it, just watching it, the spectator, Kyle Corbett did something we didn't think would happen. Hang on to the lead for quite some time and pull away. I don't think we're going to see that again today. You never know. But it's going to be interesting. And again, as always, track position will be key, and pit stops not being a factor this season in the All Star races. It makes that much more important because you don't have to worry about pit strategy and stuff like that to get to the front. It's going to be all about the drivers racing their way up, and it's going to be, the willpower to get to the front and really, stay up there and compete for this win. Just be in the right place at the right time in the end of the race. We saw Eric Burton do that yesterday in the truck race. I mean, we saw somebody pull out really far ahead and they got sucked right back up and lost it, but he actually did it on the last lap, pulled away and got that gap between him and second place. So they started racing it up, and that's all it took. So maybe some of these guys, even some of these guys were in this race yesterday, so they could actually take some from that possibly and try to apply it to today's race, but you never know what could happen.
And now we get to the part where every driver that's in this field waits with bated breath, hoping that we don't pick them. Dylan, who is your pick for this race?
uh, Andreas Allen and Chuck Togger did bad for us yesterday, so I'm going on a limb. And like I said, you never know. He was fast in the open. I'm going with Corbett. I mean, it might be a fluke. He might not be happy with the rule changes, but he's also starting in the back, which is not what he was accustomed to in that race in the open. But that car still has speed in it, regardless. I mean, you had to have a fast car to hold off and everything. So I'm gonna go with Kyle Corbett today, pulling off maybe the sweep this weekend.
Okay, I'm going to go with the 82 of Wolfgang Mason. I mean, I'm sure you'll remember back. Wolfgang Mason, Ralph
Yeah,
Mason, 1 2 in the Mobile
that
Cup
was
Series
crazy.
All Star race. He does not have Ralph Mason with him in this event. He will not be able to work with his brothers, so he's going to have to do it alone, but I think he may be able to do something in that 82 as we are ready to go green. And look at here, Kyle Busch Motorsports on the inside of rows 1 and 2, but it doesn't look like they're going to work together.
Nope. Cody Lama is thinking. I
Oh,
was like,
they
oh,
wrecked
they wrecked.
already!
They wrecked already.
Good lord!
We didn't even get to turn one. They wrecked.
Henley, Galligan, and Jackson all wrecked.
That's
Oh,
ironic.
there was another one.
And there's another car
Oh,
back
it's
there.
Alex May.
And Alex May for the second race in a row in the All Star race.
Whoa!
Oh, the 33.
Zach Rogers, what are you doing?
Man, these rule changes have really changed
I
us.
think so. My word.
These guys didn't know what to expect. They go in the corner like, oh,
Oh, they're wrecking back
there's
there
still a
again.
paper back there.
They're
Oh,
wrecking again. I think the 33 got turned around again.
Shelton's in the wall. Oh, there's Corbett. There's my pick. Oh, sorry. I picked somebody to wreck again.
Well, I think he only spun.
Alex May is smoking, but we do get a caution on the first wreck. I guess this took about 15 wrecks in one to make a caution happen
I
today.
think so.
Well, that was an interesting first lap.
Yeah,
Things
that
are tough.
I think they did. I mean, when I saw them go three wide there for the lead at the green, I thought, yeah, I think there's a difference.
I think they figured out a little bit some of that spoiler change and all this little knickknacks we changed, but Silver Fox ends up being the leader out of all this, so that's random. One of the Turner Scott Motorsports cars, and Alex May had problems yesterday, and today didn't look like it's going to be helpful. As both him and Galligan, ironically, were involved in that wreck. Guess it didn't really last long for having a teammate.
Yeah, there's Charles Jackson involved. There's Corbett. Got some rear end damage, but appears that he may be able to continue, but he'll probably be off the pace. There's Galligan and there's Henley. They don't look like they got much damage, but they both almost got airborne when they hit that safer barrier there, separating the
Yeah,
racetrack from pit road, but they don't have a mark on them.
I know that's what I was thinking, but the three car up ahead has a little bit of damage as well, so Shelton had to keep an eye on that. Other than that, I don't know if anybody else got a lot of damage as Jessica's coming to pit road, but that's an interesting first lap. That's all I gotta say.
Yeah, the special gold paint scheme for the All Star race on Jessica Shelton's car, and Jessica, of course, making her 1 year anniversary start. She ended up making her very first Mobile Cup Series start in the All Star race last year, and I don't think she'll be retiring. That car doesn't look like it's damaged enough to go behind the wall. Yeah, she's gonna keep
Back
going.
off of the side a little bit, just kind of pull out the fenders. So if we can take her back out there, she should be good to go. Just there might be an aerodynamic little question mark on that car, but we'll see.
Yeah, Kyle Corbett, he didn't come to pit road, even though he's damaged. Charles Jackson sits on pit road, his day probably done. Utter chaos emerging here in the very first lap of this race. Let's jump back and cover all of the replay action.
Why?
Well, this was right from the drop of the green flag here, and we pretty much pinpointed it to the 62 and the 5 on the outside of your screen, the left side. There you see Alex
Yeah,
May turns the
really
5.
quick.
And,
Wow.
and I was saying, it looks like Henley and Galligan basically just spun. I don't really think they hit much of anything.
I know. I mean, it was all within 64. There's a little bit
Uh,
of damage. Maybe not too much. That's going to affect him. Gallagher, I think, got into it with a 62. Actually, his one-time teammate now. He got one, and they get together up close and personal. And of course, Charles and Sean would hit each other, which is not very ironic.
and
Speaking
Henley's
of the
actually quite
people,
lucky because he almost got flipped over.
yeah, that's what I was wondering about. If he got any damage, maybe from landing back down hard on the track and stuff. No. And Gallagher could have got a little bit of cosmetic damage, not much, but I think those two really got away. But unfortunately for May and Jackson, they're not going to be as lucky.
No, I don't think so.
But
And then
then,
there was a small incident over in 3. Let's look at that.
speaking of three, speaking of the three,
I
something
think
with the 33
that's
really
what
was
I
weird.
think. Yeah,
I
watch the.
think actually,
Does he come
mm,
back up and get into somebody?
I think actually he's going to get Corbett because I think he goes down the track. He misses everybody here, but then he goes up and maybe hits the 42 possibly.
Oh, wait a minute. Watch the high side. Oh, 42 got him.
Hmm. I guess he didn't know if he was coming back up or he was staying down. That was just misjudgment. And there's where he got the damage right there from the three. And Trent sneaks on by as well as the 20 right there of Tanner Sullivan.
Andy Timmons just barely gets through as well.
Yeah, so that explains why the 42 got a lot of damage. Because I was wondering, he didn't really hit the wall that hard because I guess we missed it, but it actually came from the three cars. That explains why Jessica was on pit road fixing some damage. She had some front end damage that could really affect her car today, and that's a tough break for both those guys. And of
And I
course, one
don't
of
think you can really fault Zach Rogers in the 33 because he was still down, on that inside line near the yellow line. So Corbett had plenty of room to get around him and just ran into the back of the 33.
still wasn't sure why he was down there to begin with. He was really far down there, unless he got put down the apron or something happened.
Yeah, I
But
think he actually maybe got turned off of 2. I saw his car dart down towards the inside all of a sudden. Let's quickly look back and see what happened there.
so he was flirting with that. He's on the apron there, right there. He got hooked by. Oh, there was
Oh,
actually contact. Look at Dylan Young. Ooh, he gets in Luke Walker a little bit.
and then is it Canepa gonna get into the 2
No, no,
and
yep.
yep, into the
Sends
33.
just a bunch of I guess you could say RCR cars right there all together too.
That was
I
quite
don't
a
know.
save by Zach Rogers.
Yeah, I mean his heart probably missed a beat right there, but oh well.
What?
But the 33 definitely had to probably hold his breath right there. Seth got yelled at again. This this time is sponsored by Seth's parents. They yell at him when they want.
Well, this must be a uniquely different M&M Superspeedway because usually they end up having the lights go out atop the pace car at the start finish line. Apparently, they go out on the back straightaway now in this one, and I've not really known that. So, anyway, we are back to green.
just a little late one. It's just one of those quick commercial breakbacks. Like, oh, we're back.
Yep, but we didn't miss much. I mean, they're starting to get racy up here at the front again, but as far as the top three, well, now they're getting double wide for
No, never
third.
mind.
But there's a gap right now between James Silverfox and James Qualls that kind of makes me a little worried. I don't know.
Hmm.
Maybe it took them being double file for us to have good racing here, but right now it is being dominated at the current moment by Silverfox.
Yeah, but I think the pack's starting to start back up together now. We'll see. Looks like Danny Wells trying to get the bottom lane going at the moment. He's going after Qualls, and like I said, I don't know if the 34 can be able to hang on right now by himself up here. Like I said, these guys are gonna start getting really close to each other. Ooh,
Whoa, the
almost
plant!
just about got into a wreck. That was close.
That was
38.
awfully close. Well, they are four wide back here for third. We just got to see if the 7 of George Rowe can suck up to the back bumper of the 34. That's basically, I think, the big key to this. And, whoa, we took it a little wide
Oh,
through
I
that
think I
corner.
said Danny Wells. Whoops.
Yeah, I think you did too, but I tried to
I
overlook it.
remember Danny from the 7 last season. I don't remember what he drives this season. Whoops.
I
Anyway,
don't, no, I don't think Danny's in this series this year. He actually
uh,
was eligible to be in this race, but he didn't sign for a one-race deal.
here
Oh,
we go.
yes, yes,
He's
yes!
so happy. He's so
So
happy.
happy.
I'm so happy.
Sorry, James. It's just that
He's like,
James is
we
like,
need to make sure we have a battle for the lead as George Roke goes to the lead and bringing the 38 car right along with him.
that's Bob
So
Jones, who you'll remember took that hard lick in the Truck Series Open race. And he's back though, and he's trying to win an all-star race here, regardless of the fact he took that hard lick into that rather apex part of the pit wall off of 4.
Yeah. And here comes your pick. Mason right there, Wolfgang that is, and he is going for the lead now. He didn't waste his time. He's up here at the front without his brother. I guess he can hold himself together up here by himself. I guess he doesn't really need him right now.
Yeah, I'll tell you, a
Get
big
whoever he
big
can
big
work with.
reason why I took Wolfgang is because it seems like second half of the seasons when he really comes alive, the all-star race and then into the second half of the regular season. So, you know, it seems like history continuing to repeat itself, and he is out in front right now. But here comes Drew Austin, the pole sitter, and hey, look, there's Trent Dunham, the fan vote winner, started dead last in this race, and he's up here. So we are seeing that unlike the Mobil Open, these drivers who started at the back are now being able to work their way to the front, much like the Truck Series event that we had.
Yeah, it's really probably a blessing for these guys. He probably saw the open and were worried about starting in the back because qualifying really seemed like it didn't matter. It's really close right here. Oh, Dylan Young,
Whoa!
yikes.
Jake Cole, Dylan Young nearly ended up pulling off an incident we've seen happen time and time again this weekend, but they kept it together.
Yep, they did not wreck. Right now, it looks like we got a little bit of a breakaway. We got about, I guess, say about 12, 15 cars up at the front, and we got a little bit of gap back there. But mostly everybody's staying together right now at the moment. A
Luke
couple cars, I
Walker,
guess,
Zach
straddlers.
Rogers, Sean Gallagher, and Sean Henley. Andy
I don't.
Timmons appears to not
Hmm.
be really up here in these guys. I think he may have lost the draft. I think he may have actually come down and made a pit stop and had to start behind those slower cars or something.
Yeah, I'm not really quite sure what happened to him.
There's Jessica Shelton, his teammate back here. We know she was damaged, so she must be off the pace a bit. Oh, and the caution's out.
Uh-oh. And half the field's gone.
Wolfgang Mason. Oh my
Oh,
lord!
flip. Bob Jones is upside down. The bad luck continues.
Henley's involved.
Saw the 24 also involved.
I thought I saw somebody else too, but I couldn't tell who it was.
Ooh, Mason Woods in there. There's the 21. Oh,
Daniel Day.
there's Daniel Day. Yep, Daniel Day again. Him and the 22 don't go good together this weekend. Oh wait, he's not in the 20. No, never mind. I'm losing my mind. He's 22 in my series.
And here's a look at what happened. Tanner Sullivan into Mason Wood into Daniel Day, and it's on from there.
Llamas and Silverfox sneak on by, but then the rest up here do not get so lucky.
Jake Cole, Bob Jones get involved.
And it's not over yet.
Nope.
Unfortunately, it's Bob Jones once again having bad luck this weekend, and it involves the 69 of Sean Henley, and like you said earlier, Bob Jones, be free, fly away.
Oh man, he took a hit into the wall in the Truck Series.
And then he's got plowed and he went flying this race and the Mobil1.
Man,
Tough weekend for Bob Jones.
it has
Poor
been
thing.
very tough weekend, and he's
The
still got
Children's
a.
oil vehicles have taken a beating this weekend. Levi had a bad race in the truck race and got into a Dollar General car. I'm not going to talk about it, but it's been a bad weekend for Shell.
Wow.
We got a junkyard up there in the
Yeah,
front.
we do. We got a lot of damaged cars here, and
And
I-
business is continuing to pick up.
it is indeed. So we have
Indeed.
about a 5, 6 car incident here out of turn 4, and we are under the caution in a Mobil1 Cup Series event here at M&M Superspeedway. Can you believe we're saying this?
Wow.
Amazing. Let's go back to
Just
the green flag.
yeah.
Getting ready to go back to green flag racing. There you see, the lights are out atop the pace car, but it happened on the back straightaway, but we caught it in time this time.
Yay.
Wolfgang Mason starts on the point. Trent Dunham up in second. The defending Mobil Cup Series champ, Austin LaPlante's third. Drew Austin, the pole sitter, fourth, and George Roke is in fifth. Rest of the top 10 are Dylan Young, Isaac Canepa, James Qualls, Cody Lamas, and James Silverfox, who led quite a bit of this event and is now back in the 10th position.
We saw some interesting. If we look back at the other ones, we have a late race restart. I think Silver Fox actually held on to lead for about a 2 lap span. That could be something we look into. Unless I guess these guys. I don't know. I don't know if they're actually going to get to see that because Trent's already making a move. So maybe not. Maybe my theory was out the window right there.
You had a theory?
I had a theory.
Let's hear the theory then.
I just thought maybe that the leader would hang on for another 2 laps. I thought it was going to be a pattern we see, but I guess I was wrong. Maybe it was just a Silver Fox thing right there.
Could very well be. You never know.
It
That
could just whoever has a really good car out front, which Silver Fox looked like he had a car capable of doing that for at the end, but it was like Wolfgang Mason didn't have the same luck. I think these guys caught on to these restarts though too. That could have been another thing. I think they're just trying to calm down, and just take their time. But now they know the draft is so important, they don't want to lose the draft.
that's a good point. Really good point.
And now we want to have about 3 or 4 lead changes in 1 lap now.
Yeah, I know. It's like we never had this in the Mobil Open. It's great to actually see them swapping positions around here, not just at the rear of the field, but up at the front. And we're starting to see a couple of names pop up here that we haven't talked about yet. James Qualls there in the 15, Isaac Canepa in the 29, and Dylan Young coming up there in the 30 as well.
He's got his teammate James Silverfox behind him too. And thinking back at it, Dylan Young actually, in a controversial way, helped Silver Fox pick up a victory not that too long ago. I believe that was at New Zealand. I think
Yeah,
he was,
good
he
point.
he basically paged the field, and Silver Fox got around and won the race. So maybe Young return the favor for Silver Fox possibly. Well, maybe it's the other way around. Maybe Silver Fox helped Young. I
You
mean,
you
it
want
is.
me to you want me to add a log to that fire? The
And
car
I
that
did.
should have won was James Qualls. He is
Oh,
also
yeah.
up in this pack too.
And he's up there. He's not too far behind them. Actually, he's just hanging around the back of this pack.
This
So
could get interesting.
we got a little bit of a rivalry going on right here with Qualls and those Turner Scott cars, possibly.
I mean, don't forget the Oreo Open. We had Jamie DeFelu and Jimmy Bly. Those two rookies really getting into it, and we don't think that fire's even died down yet. That may continue on into the regular season. So, these non-points events, they're a chance when tempers and rivalries can start to come to, end up to the surface.
Yeah, I mean, drivers don't forget. They act like they put a smile on their face and nothing's gonna bother them. No, they don't forget. They still remember what happened, and Qualls definitely remembers what happened there in New Zealand. So it's always gonna be in the back of his mind. And those guys up there at 30 and they're 34, they keep an eye on that 15 definitely as this race is winding its way down.
Right now, George Roke out in front, and he's been able to kind of pull off what Silver Fox did earlier on, holding the top position for a bit, but now Wolfgang started to run him down. How about the car back here, just taking third place away from Drew Austin? Tanner Sullivan had to race his way in. Now, remember, Sam McMillan did pretty well in the Oreo All-Star race, and he had to race his way into that event. Tanner Sullivan kind of doing the same thing here today in the Mobile All-Star
Yeah,
race.
yeah, we saw what happened earlier. He actually had caused that wreck to happen. So I think a lot of drivers are aware of what happened with him. I don't know if it's going to help him toward the end of the race, being a rookie as well. So we'll have to keep an eye on what he does. And if he still has some friends out there after that wreck, because I know a lot of those guys were probably upset about that wreck happening. But I don't know. He's still running fairly well. He had a good race going in the truck race and got held up and almost came back and won this race. He made a miraculous comeback to get to the draft and actually led for the race right near the end. And he still runs really well here, so he can still be a favorite still.
We're going to have 5 to go when we hit the stripe, and the field's kind of broken into a pack and then a bunch of stragglers. I think basically we're seeing the drivers that are going to finish this thing out, basically the drivers that didn't sustain any damage from any incidents during the course of the day. We got Wolfgang Mason there, George Roke, Sullivan, Dunham, Dylan Young, Canepa, Lamas, Silver Fox, Qualls, Drew Austin, Austin LaPlante, and Dylan Poteet. I think these are going to be the guys that basically going to settle it out for the win. Unless
Yeah,
we get a caution.
yeah, that too. If caution comes out now, it could be very interesting if we go back to green or not. So I don't know. Like right now, Wolfgang Mason's he's actually pulling away pretty good right now. He has a few car lanes right now on Tanner Sullivan. Kind of surprised actually doing that at the moment. I imagine these guys will rally back up there and catch him, but
Yeah, the interesting thing I saw too is when he bypassed George Roque for the lead, he did it by himself. He had no drafting help.
slingshot engaged.
And so here
But I mean,
comes
yeah.
Trent. He's going to try and get under Tanner Sullivan, maybe try running down Wolfgang. That could be another thing too. It could be veteran experience as to how to run
Ooh,
down the
that was
driver
close
ahead of
back
you.
there. Ooh, Llamas and Roke just got really squirrely back there in the back. That was almost a wreck off four. Another close call back there.
And
Yeah, I
now the
mean,
top
like
five are single file? Well, not anymore.
Naimo. All these guys battling for seconds really helping out Wolfgang Mason, though. I mean, he's still just hanging around up there. They're closing in slowly but surely, but these guys are really going to have to work together behind him. They want any chance to catch that 82. I mean, he's setting sail right now. He's seeing the sunset right now. He might be driving away to victory soon.
He's got about 1.5, 2 car lengths in hand over Tanner Sullivan right now, but Tanner has been able to clear Trent Dunham and Dylan Young, so if they get formed up, we could see these drivers reel that 82 back in. But like you're saying, yeah, they got to concentrate more on the leader than battling for second place.
Now, we were talking about the Mason finishing 1-2 last season in the All Star race here in the Mobil1 Cup Series. Exactly which one won last season?
If I'm not mistaken, I believe it was Wolfgang ended up winning it. I may be wrong though. It may have actually been Ralph, but
we're questioning it again.
well, I remember Wolfgang actually did win a points paying event, so I think actually it could have been Ralph Mason who did. Um, it wasn't last year though, because last year was Richard Johnson, but the
Oh,
year
yeah, it
before
was
that, I
season
think it
before that.
was
Yeah.
Ralph.
But that'd be pretty impressive to see the other Mason go to victory lane, I should say, with Wolfgang. And right now, I mean, he's got the field intact right now. Trend them really aren't putting up a fight at the moment, so he's got this right now in a good spot.
I think
Says they're
what
coming to
Trent
two to go.
I think what Trent needs right now is for the rookies, well, actually not a rookie in Isaac Canepa, but rookie Tanner Sullivan and Isaac Canepa to battle for third place. That would give Trent an opportunity to, instead of concentrate on the 20 and 29 behind him, to concentrate up ahead on the 82,
Oh,
but
that didn't
Tanner got
work.
the run.
They still closed in more on Wolfgang. He looks like he's slipping up the track a little bit. I mean, I think that would have been a perfect opportunity for Trent them to work together and get around him, but they didn't make the smart move. But I think that was a rookie mistake on the 20 car's part. That really hurt their chances right there. That could be it.
Yeah, you see the gap starting to open up again
Yeah,
between first and second, and oh, now they're going to start going three wide for second place.
Trent's getting shoved up the racetrack. Wow, you see the A car wiggled right there. Hmm.
He slid way up there. So now Tanner Sullivan's into second. He's been there
And yeah,
before. White flag in the air. Can he run down Wolfgang Mason?
and they're trying to make moves back there, but like I said, these guys didn't work well enough together to get to the leader who has a distinct advantage right now, it appears, and they're going for second again. Trent, I
Yep.
guess, wasn't really happy with the 20, so he's just gonna go back after him now. I guess it doesn't really matter about the victory at the moment.
No, I don't think so.
I
I
think
think
it's a
I
little bit
think
of
they
redemption.
basically figured out they're not going to be able to catch that 82.
Well, we thought this was fixed, but I guess this last round, I guess Wolfgang figured something out. He had that horrible restart. If you think about it, it broke that trend. But he came back up there, and I think he figured something out. And I think they played dividend for him to win this race. It looks like he's going to pull it off.
Yes, he is. Wolfgang Mason going to be the second Mason to win a Mobil1 Cup Series All-Star race. He's going to win here today in the Mobil1 Cup Series All-Star race in Season 7.
You made the winning pick.
I did. Whoa.
The streak's over if we had ever picked one before, right? But if not, today's the
So
day.
now we know who the true jinx is out of the two of us.
Oh, double cheat. Oh, so don't let me pick, guys. Seth is the good guy to pick you. So if I pick you, sorry.
Oh man. Yeah, you watch the guy I pick
What
next time in the
Yeah,
Snickers Cup
that's the
Series.
second time in a row. Both races I've been like, oh, at the end.
The next time
Something
for the
bad.
Snickers Cup Series All-Star race, the next guy I pick will finish dead last.
Mine would probably blow an engine. Sorry. Or go to Neverland.
If he blows an engine when I've got the engine reliability at 100, that would really be really weird.
I've had somebody blow up leading the race with that when it was 100. Cody Lamas. Sorry.
All right, let's take.
I'm throwing punches at everybody.
You are. You're gutsy today, man.
How's
Oh.
birthday again, Dylan Young? It's still the same day. I had to say his birthday again.
Oh, Wolfgang Mason wins today's event. Trent Dunham in second. Austin LaPlante going to get third. Sullivan fourth and Roke in fifth. I think we can safely say the 82, 8, and 7, and maybe even the 34. They were the four strongest cars of the day.
Yeah, definitely. But like I said, Wolfgang Mason, I think he definitely learned something from that restart. I mean, he saw what Silver Fox did to hold the lead up for a couple laps, and then Wolfgang lost it basically on that straightaway when they took the restart. Trent got him for the lead, and he fell back. So I mean, he went back. He got back in line. He figured his way up to the front. I think he figured out this trick to stay up front. And he held off for about, I don't know, about 5 to 7 laps, something like that. And it really played dividend for him. So that's a pretty impressive way to win that. Wolfgang found the way to go and got dodged to victory lane.
Good run there for one of the one race deal drivers too, Isaac Canepa in seventh place. We saw him and Trent and Tanner not really work together up there, but Canepa actually lost a couple of spots there in the closing stages because he was up there in what, third, fourth place. He finishes in seventh.
Yeah, I mean, I think he just got kicked to the wrong lane at the end, and the Trent Sullivan little thing going on, I think also cost him because he was behind that too, and maybe was watching that and got sidetracked and got passed by a few guys that made some late surges to the front. LaPlante was one of them. Roke, Dylan Young, what we talked about. Silver Fox trying to make his return up there, so it's tough break. He fell back a little bit, but I mean, he had a good shot at it. I think he just didn't want to see the 20 and the 8 race it up. That really cut all their chances of winning that race and catching the 82.
Yeah, maybe a rookie mistake on Tanner Sullivan's part, but how about Tanner? One of two rookies in this event. He finishes with a top five after racing his way into this event, finishing second in the Mobil Open. So, even though he didn't exactly work well with the drivers to be able to run down Wolfgang, he still had a really good car.
Yeah, I mean, he had a piece of that wreck caused in that one off four, and then the move on Trent it basically probably cost him a chance at Wolfgang. But I mean, rookies make mistakes. I mean, they learn, and I mean, it happens. I mean, even the veterans still do that kind of stuff. But when you have a win on the line, even if it's not a points event, points paying event like this, I mean, it's an all-star race. You still want to go for it. There's nothing to lose. I mean, just go on to the next race and try to go for another win again. I mean, that's what everybody's here to do is win. So I mean, that's all he was trying to do.
Well, this race started out good,
And
and
it
then
kind
they got single
of went right.
file, and things just kind of,
And then it turned to the open.
yeah, pretty much.
I think Wolfgang figured out the Corbett way of this track.
I think he did. I think he really did, and he did a good job of it. So, Wolfgang Mason will pick up the win here in the Mobile All Star race. Now, we do know for certain that our biggest field of the weekend, our Snickers Cup Series All Star race, we're not going to have single file racing.
No, and we'll see if another manufacturer can pull through a victory lane. We saw a Chevy win the Oreo truck race. We saw now a Dodge win, which was we probably didn't expect to see Dodge win today because there's not many Dodges. So actually, is he the only Dodge I'm thinking about? Is
I'm
he the only
looking
one in the field?
through here, and yes, he
He
is
was
the
the
only
only
Dodge.
Dodge. Only Dodge in the field and wins the race, so that's pretty cool too. So Dodge gets through this weekend, and I think we thought about Ford was being one of the main players this weekend. They haven't won yet this
No, you're right.
All-Star weekend, so that's another shock too. So they have one more chance to win it. We got Audi though trying to win. We got some other manufacturers going to try to win as well. I mean, Toyota wants to get their victory lane, so it's going to be very interesting to see what happens in the Snickers race.
Certainly is, and that will be coming up very soon here as well. And so hopefully you guys enjoyed today's race. If you did, be sure to give this video a like, subscribe to become part of the crew today. And you're looking now at your finishing results, so I don't have to show them at the end of the video. And I will now let Dylan say something random. And be sure to subscribe to his channel too. Links in the description. So now, Dylan, what random thing do you have to say to finish off this event?
I didn't die today. I'm very happy. I got 11th, but that's okay. I didn't die like I did yesterday. I didn't try to rhyme, but now it's time to say goodbye.
I should have some rap music in the background or something.
I'm a rapper. I'm a cracker. I'm done.
Okay. You've been watching production. You've been
My
watching
rapper
production of the
career
NNSCRA.
over.
Offline racing at its best.